Alright, so I've got my information here. First thing I'm going to do is load the fuel. So our fuel requirement today is 12,095, and our payload is 36.1 thousand. So I'm just going to put in the total payload, 36100. So that's done, and then I'm going to call the fuel truck to add fuel. And while that's going on, let's start our pre-flight checklist. Oxygen tested, navigation, transfer and display switches are normal and auto. Window heat is on. Pressurization mode selector is set to auto. Parking brake is on. Engine start levers are in cutoff. Alright, so we'll get the passengers started boarding. Okay, and let's put in our route. So we're going from KFLL to KTPA, and we'll call up our company route.
We are expecting a full flight today. Please do us a big favor. Make sure once you make your way towards the back of the aircraft, look to your left and right if you're seeing open seat. That's your seat. Once you find that seat that's locked, please put a step under that main aisle so the passengers behind you can get by. This will expedite.
So that's KFLL KTPA 01. Enter then the company route, activate it, and execute it. Let's go to our departure. It's KFLL. Today we're going to be departing on runway 10 left, and we're going to be departing via the Thunder 4 SID. We'll execute that.
Guys, the wheels on forward.
And also, even though this isn't normal procedures, I'm going to put in our arrival, as this is a short flight and a single pilot flying, so I can reduce the workload. So we're going to be arriving at Tampa International, and today's arrival is expected to be ILS 19 right, and we're going to be arriving on the DIAC 5 star and the LBV transition. So we'll execute that. Go to the legs page. I know part of this is going to have vectors, but as with no ATC today, we're going to bypass the vectors. In there, execute. So let's just check that out. So we'll go to plan mode, and we'll step through the flight, make sure we have no discontinuities, and everything looks okay. Yep, that all looks good. So we'll go back to map view. Alright, fuel is now loaded. Let's put in our performance information. So gross weight 143.2, ZF zero fuel weight is 131.1. Our reserves today are 6.2, and our cost index is our usual 30. Our flight level is going to be flight level 220. And let's just check out winds at cruise. So top of climb winds 294 at 012. 294 012. 294 012. And our top of climb outside air temperature today is going to be -18, -18. Enter. execute. M1 limits, we're going to derate to 24k today. Should be okay. Takeoff, flaps 5. Our CG is 25.7 and our trim today will be 5 units. So we're just going to set 5 units here. Or as near as I can get to it. There we go, 5 units. Our V1 136, VR 137, V2 is 146. Alright, so our V2 is going to be 146. We'll set that on the MCP. Initial head-in is going to be runway head-in, which is 96 degrees. Runway 10 left. '96. And I'm going to set our initial altitude at flight level at 180, which I know is unrealistic, but it gives me time to focus on the things I need to before I have to change the altitude. So we'll just pretend we've been cleared to flight level 180. Flight directors are on. We're going to set our flight altitude at 22, flight level 220. We'll turn our TA. We'll clear this. I think we're getting good in there. So put the yaw damper on, fuel on. We'll check the crossfeed, valves open and closed, valves open and close. Okay, start up the APU and let's get ready to go. Anti-collision lights are on, passenger safety belts are on. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, the boarding doors are closed. Flight attendants prepare doors for departure. Cross-check, fare price staff, stand by for all call.
APU is starting up.
Alright, we've got everyone strapped in. Give us a ring if you need anything.
Alright, let's get the ATIS.
Kilo Foxtrot Lima, Lima Airport information. Foxtrot 1753 Zulu weather wind 107 at 13 visibility 10 sky condition 3100 scattered temperature 28 dew point 19 altimeter 3020 advise on initial contact you have information Foxtrot.
Okay, so we have Foxtrot. Altimeter is set.
Kilo
Okay, let's just check do our fire tests. Engine fire. Gotta go fire tested. Lights. Lights all look good. Okay, fuel's reset. RTO is set. Okay, I think we can call for pushback. So APU is on, we'll bring that online. We'll disconnect GPU and ASU. And we will request pushback.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Okay, set. Okay, let's go through the before start checklist. Flight deck door is closed, fuel is on, passenger signs are on, windows are closed and locked, MCP V2 146, heading 096, altitude flight level 180, takeoff speeds V1 136, VR 137, V2 146, CDU pre-flight is complete, rudder and aileron trim is 3 and 0, taxi and takeoff briefing as are completed, anti-collision lights are on.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Alright, nose wheel is being lifted.
So connected and bypassed and inserted. Release parking brake.
Okay, parking brakes released.
Starting pushback. And you may start engines.
Alright, we're going to start engine 2, then engine 3. So, packs off. Duct pressure is looking good. Start engine 2. Looking for N2. And there's N2. We're looking for 24% on N2. And then we'll put the fuel in. That's 24% fuel. Looking for N1. There's N1 coming up. Good oil pressure. Start a cutout. Good start engine 2, start engine 1. Looking for N2. There's N2. Looking for 24% N2. There's 24%. Fuel in. Looking for N1. N1's coming up. Good oil pressure on 1. Start a cutout. And a good start on 1, everything's stable. Okay, generators are on. The heat is on. Okay, packs back on. Valve set to auto. We can turn the APU off. Engines on continuous. Flaps 5. Flaps in transition.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Okay, parking brake is set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Okay, flaps 5 set, green lights. Okay, check controls. Left, center, right, center, forward, center, back, center. Rudders, left, right. Okay, controls look good. For taxi checklist. Generators are on, Pro P is on, anti-ice is not required, isolation valve is auto, engine start switch is continuous, recall, checked, clear both sides, auto brake is set to RTO, flaps 5 green lights, engine start levers, idle detent, flight controls are checked, ground equipment will be clear. Okay, before taxi checklist complete.
So it's
Make a right.
disconnected and bypass bin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Thank you. So we're going to taxi down to Bravo 1, make a right, and then we'll line up for 10 left. Alright, we're all clear. Okay. Let's get going.
Flight bumps from top here so we can climb out to Establish and keep our flight attendants for a few minutes. Make sure we know what that ride's going to be like before they get up. Also appreciated if everyone would remain in our seats during that time. Thanks for being with us today.
Well, as I said earlier, welcome aboard. Our taxi to runway 10 left. Our flight from Fort Lauderdale Airport to Tampa International, KTPA, a relatively short flight, should be under an hour. Kind of unusual times we're living in at the moment. I hope everybody out there is staying safe and, more importantly, staying well and being sensible. And hopefully we will get through this soon and life will begin to get back to normal. So now I'm also I'm running traffic global for traffic on this, which is working pretty well. I'm also running active sky for weather, and I'm running pretty much Orbix scenery everywhere that's available. So this is Orbix scenery for Florida, and both airports are just standard X-plane airports, nothing extra added. And as I said earlier, I've now done a conversion with the help of a whole bunch of people to convert from prepared 3D and sim avionics for the avionics software. It's now all X-plane and it's working very well, and is in my opinion, is a much better experience. Certainly flying wise, it feels like I'm actually flying rather than flying on a set of rails, and certainly the way X-plane manages network displays is much better than what was available in prepared 3D. Let's see what you think. Okay, we're going on LNAV mode. And here we come to the end. Okay, we're on the auto throttle. Okay, we've been cleared to line up and wait. So, lights on, strobes on.
But that's what we feel for departure.
Okay, before takeoff checklist, flaps 5 green lights, trim is set to 5 units.
Approaching 10 left. On runway 10 left.
Okay, ready to go. Stable engines, thrust set, toga. Check.
V1 routine. That's great.
Gear up. Back up.
400.
Flaps 1. Flaps up. VNAV on. I'm going to fly manually until 10,000 feet and then we'll put the autopilot on. Gear off. Right, we're turning back towards the coast now. See down there to my left is Fort Lauderdale Airport, which we're going to be going back over. It's 10,000 feet, so lights off, engine starts are off. I'll just wait until we level out here, straighten out rather, and then we'll put the autopilot on. Now we're accelerating up to 291 knots now that we're above 10,000. Okay, so match heading with the MFD. Alright, we'll put the autopilot on. Right, we've now been cleared to our cruise altitude of flight level 220. So 220 is set. Coming up on our transition altitude of flight level 180, which is the standard here in the USA. There we go, we're set to standard. And we're on standard, so after takeoff checklist. Engine bleeds are on, packs are set to auto, landing gear is up and off, flaps up, no lights. And the altimeter is set to standard. And once we get to our cruise altitude, I will turn the seat belts off, the seat belt sign off.
Thousand to go.
Check. Power's coming back. It's cruise power.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We're level to our initial cruise altitude expected. Fairly smooth ride today. We have a seatbelt sign. turned off, and while you're breathing, we do ask that you keep your seatbelt latched to back at all times in case there's an unexpected bump in the air. So we do comply with the front of it. The seatbelt sign is on. Please consider unfastening your seatbelt.
Alright, let's start preparing for our arrival, and a lot of the things I'm going to do are done way ahead of when they would normally be done, I believe. But again, single pilot and high heavy workload. So, we're going to be coming into Tampa, KTPA, runway 19 right. We're going to have flaps 40, and we'll check this again nearer because our weight will have gone down as we burn fuel. ILS 19 right. The frequency will be 108.5 is set both sides, and our approach will be course 188, and that is set both sides. Okay, let's put in our descent forecast winds, and we'll put them in for flight level 200, 150 and 10,000 feet. And let's just check what those wind forecasts are going to be. Let's see here. Okay, so our descent wind forecast. Flight level 200 is going to be 270 at 23. 70 023 at 15,000, 240 009, and 10,000 will be 199 at 02, 199 199 02, and execute that. So that's our descent forecast winds are in. The other thing I like to do is put in a couple of fixed rings around the runway to help us make sure we're set up for our approach. So we'll put in fixes runway 19 right, and we'll put in a ring at 10 miles and one at 5 miles. Okay. Let's see. And we're going to use auto brake 3, so we'll just set that now. So as I mentioned earlier, we're now running X-Plane using the really good Zebo mod, which is an amazingly functional 737 that has been in continual development for a long time, and he's always adding a lot more functionality to it. I'm currently running it, let's see, version 3.39 dot something. He's just brought out new full release of 3.40, which I haven't yet loaded or tried, but I didn't want to mess around with too many things before I try and make a video, because as you know, things are going to go wrong. They're going to go wrong when you're making the video. And we should be touching down in about 20 minutes or so. Alright, we've been cleared to descend at pilot discretion. At least that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And I'm actually going to set the altitude down to 2,000 feet, which is our initial approach fix. Again, not realistic, but just make sure I don't screw anything up. There we are, slowing down now. Down to 84 knots. And let's just check the minimums for Tampa. And the minimums for an ILS is 221, so let's set our minimums. 221. Okay, those are set. And we have 4 nautical miles to top of descent, 3 nautical miles in fact. And there we begin our descent. Alright.
Alright, gentlemen, as we can see, we are becoming seatbelt sign is on. If you happen to be able to please seatbelt flight. On behalf of my crew, we appreciate you being with us today. We're very safe and unpleasant. Hope to see you back here with us. Thanks.
Okay, we're just gonna set our heading back to 007. Those. Okay, descent checklist. Pressurization landing altitude is set. Recall checked, clear both sides. Landing gear is, sorry, wrong checklist. Recall's checked both sides. Auto brake is set to 3. Landing data VREF 139. Let's just double check it. And we need some drag. So we'll put that out. Yep, 139, we're good. Minimums are set to 221. We need to go back to our altimeter. Approach briefing is complete. And let's just pick up the altimeter settings.
Kilo Mike Charlie Foxtrot Airport information India 1847 Zulu weather wind 186 at 3 visibility 10 sky condition ceiling 9,900 broken ceiling 1,900 broken temperature 2.20 altimeter 3018 advise on initial contact that you have information India
3018.
Kilo Mike Charlie.
And we have information India. It's 10,000, lights on. Engine start switches to continuous. There's our left turn. There's the Alice 22 DME. Okay, localizer on. Or localizer arm, should I say? And approach is armed. flaps 1. Speed checked. Get some speed brakes out. There's the runway in sight. Flaps 5. We're at the 10-mile ring.
Thousand to go.
Check. Gear down. Check. Gear down, 3 green lights, flaps 15. Okay. Speed set for flaps 15. Speed brake is armed. Approach checklist. Altimeter is set. Let's just double check.
Kilo Romeo Foxtrot airport information Kilo 1847 Zulu weather wind 186 at 3 visibility 10 Kilo Tango Papa Alpha airport information Kilo 1847 Zulu weather wind 186
Flaps
at
40.
3 visibility 10 sky condition ceiling
VREF plus 5.
9,900 broken ceiling 1,900 broken temperature 312.20 altimeter 3018 advise on initial contact you have information Kilo.
Okay, landing checklist. Engine start switch is continuous.
Kilo.
Speed brake armed. Landing gear is down. Green lights, flaps 40. Green lights, rail land.
Feet stabilized, Mr. Burchell, 27.
Okay, we'll fly manually. Autopilot, auto throttles off.
Approaching 195.
500.
Check.
400. 300. Approaching minimums.
Landing.
Glide slow. Glide slow. Glide slow.
Minimums. $100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Long landing. Long landing.
Start the APU. APU online. Parking brake on, engine shut down. Safety valve lights, safety valve off. Okay, after landing checklist. Engine start switches. Sorry, fuel pumps are actually. Let's just connect to the APU first. APU, ASU. Online connected. Okay, APU off, fuel pumps off. Probe heat is off, hydraulic panel is set. Lights are off. Hydraulic set, flaps are up, parking brake is on, and your start levers are cut off, weather radar is off, and we'll do a secure check down as this is the last flight for the day. So IRSs are both off, emergency exit lights are off, window heat is off. And packs are off. Okay, and we'll just close everything down. So we'll disconnect the GPU and ASU and power off. All right. There we are. Hope you enjoyed the flight. Not a great landing, but there you go. Thank you, and see you next time.